Boom chickadee chanka, lads and lasses. What's going on, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another latest Manchester United news video for you. Hope you've all had a good evening. Bit of a crazy sort of a evening, breaking news and or certainly a lot of speculation anyway about what's going on at Manchester United with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Conte, Zidane, Ten Hag, all these different links. It's been a very speculatory evening. But anyway, or speculative, I should say. Thank you very much for everybody who's joining us right at the start of this stream. Do us a massive favour and smash the thumbs up button if you're watching it now. If you're catching it up on it later, leave a little thumbs up and get down below in the comment section with your thoughts and opinions. Thank you very much everyone who's joining us. A few shout outs at the start. Omar, The Kane, Tony, Peter Coveney, Francois Cock, Gucci Lover, Querulous Ginger, Sandeep Barraj, IG Kieran, Jonathan Gallagher, and everybody else. Thank you very much for joining us and getting in here. So, holy shit, we've got a lot to get into, lads and lasses. Obviously, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is hanging on by a damn thread. He's hanging on for dear life at the moment of this job. Obviously, pretty reluctant to admit any sort of real willing to, to leave or anything after the game. He said no, he's still in it. He still has belief in his coaching staff and what he's doing. So he's still in it. The board are understood to be, really considering Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's position at this moment in time. Whether or not he will still be manager come the Spurs game is up in the air right now. We're waiting for some sort of confirmation from the football club, maybe coming tomorrow. In my opinion, they will give him the Spurs game, but who knows? He could get sacked in the morning. There's a lot of talk and a lot of sources saying that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer could be sacked in the morning. I personally think if he'll get the Tottenham game. That's honestly how I feel about it. And he'll have to get 3 or 4, 5 wins in a row in order to keep his job beyond the Tottenham game. But to look at some of the latest sources and stuff, we have lots of links and lots of different managers that are being thrown around, obviously, that could come and take over from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. As you can see here, Angelo Mangiante is reporting for Sky Italy that Man United have made initial contact with Antonio Conte. This was not too long ago, around about an hour or two ago, and Sky Sports Italy reporting that Man United have made contact with Antonio Conte's representatives, etc., to take over. And I don't really want Antonio Conte, mate. The guy stinks. He's a Dracula melt and he plays Dracula melt football. Okay, fair enough. I really look forward to seeing the 3-4-3 under Conte with fucking Lindelof, Maguire, and Varane at the back. Fair enough, with Fred and McTominay in the fucking middle there. And yeah, I mean, I just don't fancy it based on what we got now. I don't see how he's the man that's going to come in to turn us around right now. Now, there is a link there, of course, as we can see here as well. Sky Sports made initial contact with Conte, left his role at Inter Milan head coach last summer after guiding the Serie A club to the title that season. So the newspapers, the press is alive with stories of Antonio Conte to Manchester United right now. I mean, how do you guys feel about that? I don't want him. He's too defensive. He's too negative. He's just not for me. And he's an ex-Chelsea scummer. Like, that's got to count for something as well. He's an ex-Chelsea scummer. It's literally like, are we going for Jose Mourinho Mark II here in every possible way? Got to be a little bit of an arrogant dick. Got to be a bit of a small man syndrome. Got to be, good defensive manager, of course. Trophies, of course, yeah. But also just a little bit of a dick. Is that sort of what we're going for here? We're just trying to go for Jose Mark II? Screw that. Okay, short-term success might be a thing under Antonio Conte, yeah. But how's about the damage that could be done? How's about the ethos and the mentality of this football club that we're supposed to uphold throughout the time of, throughout the history? I think it's the wrong look for Manchester United, to be fair. So Nick Pendrican coming in here raw. Thank you very much, Nick Pendrican, getting in. This says, yep, Zidane or CR7. Wow. CR7, you think? That's an interesting one. So check this out. So these are the current odds, guys, you can see over here. For the current Manchester United, or the next Manchester United manager, I should say, if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer does part ways with United and is sacked. You can see at the top of the list there, it's Antonio Conte, 3-1 at this moment in time. Zinedine Zidane is a hot favourite as well. Brendan Rodgers somehow is in the mix. How the bloody hell is Brendan Rodgers even in the mix for this debate? I don't really understand how Brendan Rodgers is in the mix for this. The guy's a bloody joker, mate. Okay, went invisible as Scotland, nice one. Bang average with Liverpool, gash. And, failed to get above Ole Gunnar Solskjaer on the 2 full seasons that Solskjaer managed in the Premier League against him. So, in my opinion, it's not like he shouldn't even be in the conversation, in my opinion. He really shouldn't. If we're going to go for somebody, it should be somebody at least like Conte or Zidane that has a shitload of trophies to back it up, or at least a bunch of trophies to back it up. I mean, okay, Brendan did get the FA Cup, good one. Anyway, so Mauricio Pochettino as well, 10-1. I mean, screw that. Screw that. I don't think he's the right man to take us to the. He would be the right man to take us from, being like if maybe Arsenal should go for Poch after Arteta. If Arteta shuts the bed, he could be the right man to take you from a mid-table side to, up there challenging the Champions League. But again, he's not proven to win you any trophies either, in my opinion. But as you will see, guys, at the bottom of that list there, the bottom of the graphic, Cristiano Ronaldo is in the running, supposedly, which I think is pretty ridiculous. We'll talk about it, but I don't think at this moment in time, he will want the responsibility of doing that. I think that he wants to come in here, add to his records, add to his, his accolades. But I don't think that he's looking to get into management in his first managerial spell at Manchester United, or even in an interim capacity, or as a player manager or any of that business. So I think we can just rule that one out personally. I don't think that he is, a likely candidate. But the top two, that to me seems like the two most realistic people that could be coming in to replace Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Should he be sacked? Which is a big if right now. It seems like a lot of people are saying that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is definitely sacked. He's not definitely sacked just yet. A lot of people saying sacked in the morning, etc. He might be sacked in the morning, or they might decide to just have a little show of patience based on the fact that there isn't that many great candidates available right now. Nobody on that list jumps off the page at me as, that's definitely the man. That's our guy. Nobody does. They're all kind of, okay. They're all kind of, it's a bit of a punt. It might work. It'll do for now. It's the best of what's available now. But it's not like a clear, definitive, definite, that's our guy candidate. So that is what really annoys me about the situation, which is why I think that Solskjaer and that will buy Solskjaer a little bit of time with the board. If there was a ready-made candidate just to fit in right now and come in, they probably would swing the axe right now, because I don't think they necessarily have the faith now that he is the man to go on and take us to those trophies. Maybe we do need somebody else who needs to pass the baton, so to speak, to somebody else who can take us to that level. But, at the same time, that's why I think he might get the Spurs game. He might even get a bit longer than that. I'd imagine that if he loses the Spurs game, he'll be in an untenable position, really. Solskjaer, how can he continue at Manchester United, really, if you've lost a battle against Spurs, who, let's face it, this season are bang average on the back of all the results that we've had? I mean, I don't see how his position could be tenable if that happens. So we got a super chat here from Matty Norton, mate. Thank you, everyone who's getting in here, by the way. I appreciate you. Mustay, El Professor, Luke Cooper, Man United HQ, Shane, Vincent Bullock, Nice Context, and everybody else as well. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Shout out to you guys. Do us a favour and smash the like button on it. Give it a subscribe if it's your first time in here. Get involved in the live chat. Give it a share on social media if you want. And let's be having you. So, we've got a super chat here from Matty Norton. Thank you very much for your super chat, pal. I will get into the comment section as always and have a big Q&A at the end, so just hold tight. But yes, thank you, Matty Norton. He says, if Ollie can't beat Spurs, my choice is Zidane. Love Ollie, but we need a better game manager, someone who will make the best selections. Yes, I mean, look at what Zidane did in the time he was at Real, to be fair. You cannot really argue with it, guys. All the teams that he's come up against in the Champions League, all the great teams that he's dispatched in an unbelievable run of multiple years of victories. It's pretty unbelievable, really, to be able to do that. Nobody did it before. So, in my humble opinion, he is the best of the lot that's available. As you agree, Matt Norton, fair play to you. And that's what I agree about Ollie if he can't beat Spurs as well. So, if Ollie can't beat Spurs, I'm sorry to say, guys, I didn't think I'd utter the words. And I'm actually not going to utter the words until that such a day comes where, let's face it, if he loses to Spurs with that side, we will be bang mid-table in 10th or 11th place, and that is not acceptable with this squad. So, I will utter the words after that more than likely, So, he's got to get the win. That's it. He's got to get the win if he is to be manager. Might get sacked tomorrow, but if he is to be manager at Spurs, got to get the win, guys. Thank you, Matty Norton, for getting your thoughts and opinions in there, my good sir. Also, Jay Bruce, thank you, Jay, for getting in here, sir. He comments and says, United fans slagged off Arteta. Who's laughing now? Well, we are still, actually, because we're laughing at the fact that Arsenal fans think that people aren't laughing at them still. What? Jay, hang on a second. Okay, we're doing shit now. Yeah, we're on the same points as you. But I hate to remind you, you're in fucking 9th place, pal. Are you all of a sudden Arsenal owner or something? What's happening? Are you in the Champions League? Oh, no, wait. Oh, Jay, I'm sorry to say thanks for the super chat, boss, but I am still laughing at Arsenal. I'm just crying about United at the same time. Okay, Arsenal have turned it around last couple of games. The style, yeah, all that improved. Arteta, yeah, nice one. Still, he's going to have to win the next few games in a row, isn't he? For the heat to be off for a little bit. Lose one, and it's all back on the old Arteta out trade, I'm sure, Jay Bruce lad. But no, fair enough. Fair enough. Nice attempt at the bants there. Nice attempt at the bants. Premot says Glazers out, always. Always, but I mean, Solskjaer's got to get this team perform if he's to stay, isn't he? They've sort of given him what he needed to a 90% degree. Greg McDonald, how you doing there? He says, can we get to Zidane pig? It doesn't seem like he's as likely to happen as Antonio Conte for a couple of reasons. Zidane's not desperate to get out back into management right now, and a job like Man United for Zidane, it is a bit of a poison chalice. What a reputation he's got. I mean, if he just retires and never does anything again in terms of management, he's going to go down as a bit of a legend of the game just for managing Real Madrid to a few years of great success after being a player there as well and a legend at the club. So he doesn't have to do anything. He's got nothing to prove. Coming to Manchester United right now, tough ask, different footballing culture, Premier League, harder league to win, way harder league to win. Think about the opposition he had in La Liga as well, and I'm not, obviously the Champions League is where he did his got all the victories, but just the fact that it's only really a 2-team league, 3-team league really with Atletico. Whereas the Premier League, 4 or 5 teams could potentially win it. It's a tougher league to win. It just is. It's a harder overall league. And so for those reasons, I don't know if it's exactly a perfect job for Zidane right now. It's a tough job for anybody. And Zidane hasn't exactly got experience going into different clubs and turning them around in a short spell. I mean, he's got experience going into Madrid and doing it, but it's different to do it at the club that you know and love and have been a part of for years and years and years, and then going to do it in a different league in a different country. So as much as I think Zidane is the best shout for the punt and the fact that he could get us maybe playing a nice attacking style, it's still not exactly, a screaming candidate for me. Hey, Mike, thank you very much, Mike, for getting in with a $7.99 Aussie dollar super chat, mate. G'day, Pig. He says, G'day, Pig. Going for that little Count Dracula lookalike Conte would just be settling simply because he's available now and a knee-jerk reaction. Precisely. If you analyse the different situations or different reasons why these managers, all of them are good for the club and why they're bad for the club, it doesn't add up perfectly for anybody. Ten Hag, good style, good team, good couple of years, great Champions League campaign this year, Eredivisie League, but the profile's not there, the name's not there, the history of winning big trophies of big teams is not there. And then you've got Conte. He does have the trophies. He does have the experience. But he's also an ex-Chelsea mate. Mel, he's also a defensive style manager, which is not along with the United way. Doesn't fit in. Then you've got Zidane, who is a great trophy winner, of course, in the spell that he had at Real. But he himself doesn't have the experience going elsewhere and doing it. So there's also a risk involved there. It's like they've all got drawbacks and they've all got positives. They've all got drawbacks. But nobody's a perfect standout person for us. Thank you very much, Mike. I mean, sacking Solskjaer right now is, don't know if it's knee-jerk because it's been a bad run, and the problem is you can only support somebody so much when they keep making the same mistakes. Like, as much as we all love Ollie, all the people that do love Ollie anyway, he has been making the same old tried and tested mistakes with these games each week. And that is what's pissing people off and pissing me off and pissing you off. And that's the reason why we lost 5-0 to Liverpool. And we can all see a lot of the glaring errors that he keeps doing. But he can't see it. He keeps making those same errors. So it's a problem. It's a real problem. Hey, what's this then? We got some information through from Matty Rushmano. Thank you very much for getting in here with another source here. Thanks very much. So, I mean, there's a lot of reports here. Di Marzio reporting that Manchester United have chosen Antonio Conte. First contacts have been made, and Conte has already given his willingness to join United. Conte is convinced he can do well with the team available right away. So, I mean, look, these are obviously... There's a certain level of speculation going on here with some of these sources. I think Di Marzio, coming out and reporting that United have chosen Conte and that, if the contact's underway. Sky Sports in Italy, as I say, reporting the same, that Manchester United have approached Conte here with this bit of information here. Made initial contact with Conte. So it does look like there's some basis for the Conte link at this moment in time. I do not want Conte, mate. I'm just going to say he's an absolute cunt. I'm not interested in the guy, to be fair. I'd be much more interested in Zidane or, ideally, maybe just waiting to see a little bit longer if Solskjaer can turn it around, because there isn't anybody fucking available that, is ideal, and just seeing what happens. But then again, you don't want Ollie to completely flounder. You don't want the rot to set in totally. So they might make the change after the Spurs game, should he not get the win, or after the City game, should he not get the win. So I think Solskjaer's on borrowed time now at the club, guys. As much as I want it, I'll be honest, guys, I really wanted it to work out with Solskjaer more than any other manager since Fergie, obviously. David Moyes, the Ginger Goblin, I was happy when he got out the fucking club. Louis van Gaal, the Dutch Goblin, see you later on, pal. Jose Mourinho, ex-Chelsea Mount, Mr. Beanio, bye. Didn't really bother me at all, but I really wanted Solskjaer to get this team to the point where they were capable of challenging and winning things. And I will say this, the last couple of seasons, there has been progress. There has been some, resemblance of the old ways in terms of bringing youngsters through. There has been an ethos and a team unity, which has been better than under the previous regimes, a real spirit about the side. Not this season, but previous seasons, there has been a good spirit about it. And I've never been so behind and so supportive of a team and feeling like they've got such a good group of players and lads in there, and a good coach and, just good people, man. I haven't felt like that for a long, long time. So it's a big shame if he does get sacked and he doesn't get the opportunities in the next few games to turn it around, or if he stays and he doesn't turn it around and get sacked. It's a big shame. But you have to just have a reality check sometimes, and as much as it hurts, just say he's done as much as he can. Because, with this squad and this side, man, you've got to get it firing. And if you can't, then you're not the right man for Manchester United, sadly. And so we'll see if the time comes where he gets sacked, maybe tomorrow, maybe the weekend, maybe after the City game, maybe a bit longer than that. Nobody knows. We're just speculating. And of course, there's a lot of sources to say, he's getting sacked tomorrow and all this. But I wouldn't be surprised if they stuck him out a little bit longer and gave him the Spurs game at least. Conte is a proven winner, pig. Look at Inter, says Red Magic. Yeah, okay, Inter, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, in that what you mean that Italian Mickey Mouse League, dude? It's not what it used to be, pal. The Italian Mickey Mouse League. Okay, fair enough. No, okay. Yeah, still impressive. Yeah, nice one. And he did obviously win the Prem when he came to Premier League with Chelsea, and then the FA Cup the next season. So, but how did it end? And, in my opinion, it's just it's the stylistic problem. Stylistically, he's wrong for us. Matt Rush says we've got 97 likes on the stream. Thank you, everyone who smashed the like button. Yeah, hit the thumbs up if you haven't done so. That'll give us an algo boost. And also give it a share if you want on social media. Cheers, dudes. Mikato comments, Conte all day. Much rather him than Zidane for me. Fair enough. Why is that then? Because he's sort of more proven to go into different clubs and turn them around in a short spell, and he's done it at different clubs. I guess that is a good reason to do it. If you want to give up maybe a little bit of the ethos of the club for short-term results, then he probably is the man to go for. And I can understand why a lot of people would want that as well, because you do want a bit of short-term success, don't you? But ethos-wise and stylistically, it's not great for our whole, what we're supposed to be about, though. I don't think so. But then again, trophies are what we're all about. And if he was able to bring trophies, regardless of it being a defensive style and a gash style, then, I guess nobody would really be bothered about it. I mean, I have a predicted lineup here of how we could line up under Conte here. It's the sort of thing you can have De Gea in goal, Lindelof, Maguire, Varane at the back, or maybe you suppose you could put Luke Shaw in there, have Tellez wide, but then you can have Luke Shaw's left wing back. He's great at attacking, not so fucking great at defending, it seems, certainly in Solskjaer's system anyway. I'd imagine he'll go with Fred or McTominay or Matic or somebody, along with Pogba in a two in that midfield. And Pogba obviously played well under Antonio Conte. In fact, Antonio Conte had a big hand in sort of working with Pogba at Juventus and getting the best out of him. When Pogba played at Juventus, he was actually good. He was actually a fucking good player when he played under Conte at Juventus, to be fair. So, so there you go. Anyway, and Fernandes, Rashford up top, Ronaldo, it looks quite nice on paper, but at the same time, it is a defensive style. And just in terms of attacking, I don't know. I mean, results are important, aren't they, guys? But I would like us to go out there, Ten Hag at Ajax. Like I say, drawbacks are his managerial record is not as impressive as some of the other managers we're talking about, but his style is, and we want to emulate that sort of style at Manchester United, where we want to be an attacking outfit that beats teams well. Hate to go on about it. Liverpool's Kloppy's Liverpool, how they manage, how he manages and how they go about it. That's, the sort of attacking football that Man United should be fucking playing, in all honesty, as much as it's painful to say. That's the sort of football that Man United should be trying to play. So Conte, is he the right man? Nah, he isn't. Okay, right, guys. So I've just got a few more things to get into here, lads and lasses. Then I will get into the live chat again, but I've got a few more bits of information to discuss. Sorry, I just got to tap my desk. I've got a buzzing wire. So James Ducker from the Telegraph says he's got a source that says you won't find one player who doesn't like Ollie on a personal level. He's a nice guy, but we're at a stage where players have lost trust in his tactics and lost his selections. So, lots of different people coming out and saying that Solskjaer has lost elements of the dressing room as well. Which is a big problem. If the players have a lack of faith in the ability of the coaching staff and the coach to do their job, and they feel like the system that they're asking to be played isn't working, it doesn't work, and they want to do something else, and they're just banging their head against the brick wall with the coaching style, then of course you're going to lose everyone pretty quickly. And I'm not suggesting that has happened, because I saw that Atalanta game and they were fighting for the win, and they were fighting for the manager and they're trying to get the win. But in that Liverpool game, it was the exact polar opposite of that. So we'll find out what's going on. Just to give you an update of what's happening right now. So still talks are ongoing about, they haven't decided yet as to what's going on with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We may find out in the morning if there is some big news. Obviously, we'll let you know on this channel. I'm sure you'll hear about it. And but he could well be still in charge for that Spurs game, lads and lasses. He could well be in charge for the Spurs game. Okay then. So just speaking about Paul Pogba a moment ago, of course, Antonio Conte did have a good relationship with Paul Pogba, and that is important. But you know what? I don't want Paul Pogba at the football club anymore, mate, to be honest. I've just about had enough of him. Mr. Inconsistent, Mr. Lazy. I'm just sick and tired of the guy, to be fair. That's it. I mean, I'm pretty much done with Paul. I'm happy to see him go on a free now. I was always thought, we can't let a player we pay £89 million for go for nothing. That would be mental. But now I've just gone, you know what? He wants 450k a week. He's not worth that. Might as well just cut your losses. Get rid, let him go be PSG's problem or Real Madrid's problem or whoever. Juventus's problem. But anyway, Paul Scholes feels the same way, pretty much. Paul Scholes, he said Pogba's had numerous chances. He keeps saying he lacks consistency. But that's just a lack of discipline and disrespect for your manager and your teammates, what he's done today against Liverpool. This is what Scholes said, obviously, after the game. I mean, it's just, everybody's frustrated at some of the players as well. Is it trying to get their manager sacked? Is Pogba trying to get his manager sacked? Is Maguire trying to get his manager sacked? I don't think it is. I just think there's a few bad eggs in there. And I've just about had enough of people like Pogba and Maguire and some of the real letdowns in this team that should be doing a lot better, should be capable, should be willing to put their bodies on the line for this team. And they're not at this moment in time. So some reports to say that United have approached Conte, but then we also have another source here that says that United are losing interest in Conte. The club have concerns over the Italian's integrity and that this could scupper the deal. Like there's some talks about in the past of some of his issues with match fixing. He was accused of failure to report attempted match fixing during his time as manager of Siena back in the day, and also different incidents. Federal court justice dropped the accusation, blah, blah, blah. Just different dodgy stuff that's going on in terms of match fixing. I'm not saying that's really putting Manchester United off because, like you say, I think these are accusations. But end of the day, Conte, I don't think he's the right fit for Manchester United, guys. I mean, let's have a look at the poll. So I put a poll up at the top of the live chat there. Have a vote on it if you haven't yet. Get in there. I'm going to just see what the current voting is. So we've had 300 and something odd votes, loads of votes, in fact. Thank you every single person who's voted. In fact, over 400 votes. Everyone, thank you very much for voting. We can see that there is a clear winner here right now. A lot of people definitely think that Zinedine Zidane is the man for Manchester United. 12% of people still think that Solskjaer is the man for Manchester United. Fair play to you. I mean, even me, guys, who thought that Solskjaer is the man for Manchester United for a long time, is almost lost all my faith, to be honest, because you see him doing the same mistakes every week. He'll have to beat Spurs. He'll have to beat City. He'll have to beat Watford. He'll have to beat Chelsea. And then, even if he does that, there's not going to be any breathing space, really. There's not going to be much breathing space. There's no room for error here at Manchester United. You have to perform. You have to get the results. It is a results industry, and United this season have been shit. So, in my humble opinion, unless he does that and performs a miracle, he'll be sacked after the Spurs game or the City game, whichever he loses or whichever he drops points in. Palash Vadnir says, Conte, definitely for you. Let's have a look at this. Okay, so we have an update here from Fabrizio Romano as well. Thank you very much, guys. He has just tweeted this out. I'll get it up on screen. Nice one. So, as you can see, this is from Fabrizio Romano this evening. He's just tweeted it 3 minutes ago, just to give you guys an update. It says, there's no doubt on Antonio Conte's decision since days. He wants Manchester United's job, and he'd be ready to accept. But there's still no official proposal on the table as things stand tonight. Manchester United are still thinking whether sacking Solskjaer or not. So absolutely what we've been saying pretty much is that there has been, some sort of contact made, but also that Man United are still weighing it up at this moment in time. As I say, it's not that easy for Manchester United's board to decide this, I think, because they've put faith and money in this project for a good few years now. And technically, it could just be a bit of unlucky bad form, or not bad form, not unlucky, but it could just be a bit of bad form that could be turned around. And they're going to cut the ties with this project overnight and go with somebody else who, and let's face it, if they did have somebody that was waiting in the wings, who was ready to come in, who was like a Pep type, or someone like that, who they could just immediately go to and be confident that that is the right person to take the club forward, then maybe they could make the change right now. But because that person doesn't exist, although Zidane is a decent option and Conte, he's a proven winner in a lot of ways, because that person doesn't exist, they may just give Solskjaer the time. They might just give him the time. But I don't think they'll give him time regardless of performances. I'm sorry to say, he's going to have to get results and win games over the course of the next month. All of them, pretty much. Sean Nettleton says, Ollie, how can you say someone who is a winner and say Zidane isn't? He's won multiple Champions Leagues and a La Liga. No sense at all. Someone is a winner and Zidane isn't. I mean, Zidane is a winner at Real Madrid, 100%. Yeah, oh yeah, he's won a few Champions Leagues. It's insane, yeah, and a La Liga. Yeah, fair enough, Sean. I mean, he's definitely a winner, but he's a winner at one club. He's a one-club merchant, you know what I mean? Which, there's nothing wrong with that, but he's not proven on the continent anywhere else. He's not gone to a different culture, a different league, and managed elsewhere. I still think, though, if you look at what he did at Real Madrid and how the team played and how they went about it and what he achieved there, that has to be respected. Obviously, you couldn't do that. You couldn't do that, especially on the trot multiple seasons in a row, if you were not a good manager. So I think that has to be respected. But he did have an insane team there, and he did know the club massively. So that does make a difference. Okay, thank you very much, guys, for getting in here. Sorry, I missed a couple of super chats here. How did I do that? Man, sorry, guys. Hang on a sec. Let me scroll back up. Hey, Steven7, what's going on, bro? He says, how can you back Ollie so much when he has no style and then turn your nose up at Ten Hag, who reminds you of Klopp? I'm not really turning my nose up at Ten Hag. I think he is a good coach. I just think that, that's also a risky one too, because doing it for Ajax and in the Eredivisie, and yeah, he's had a decent start in the Champions League and stuff, it's not enough. It's not enough for the Manchester United job. Now, Solskjaer got the job and he hadn't done enough either. And Ten Hag's done more, than Solskjaer did at that stage. But Solskjaer had that link with the club. Zidane didn't have a coaching record before, he went and managed Real Madrid. He went from being a player to a coach there and then actually being the manager. So, it's not like sometimes that gets you in the door, right? So it's not like I'm saying Ten Hag is not as good a manager as Solskjaer, or Solskjaer's a better manager than Ten Hag. I'm just saying that Ten Hag isn't a convincing one for me. Manchester United could be managed by Erik Ten Hag. I mean, fair enough. Okay, he is a good coach, but where's the trophy-laden cabinet? Where's the huge name? Where's the reputation? Okay. What's his biggest achievement then? Winning the Eredivisie and getting them to the semis in the Champions League or whatever. Yeah, fair enough. But that's even. I mean, it's not. It doesn't scream to me, that's our guy, is what I'm saying. It doesn't scream to me, that's our guy. Stylistically, yes, it may be what we're looking for, ethos-wise. Much better than Conte. I'd rather have him than Conte. But, I mean, look, Ollie's had a stinker recently. I'm not that much Ollie in right now. I'm thinking he deserves the Spurs game. Hope he wins it. Really do. Still think if he wins it, he deserves the City game. Hope he wins it. Really do. But listen, if he doesn't win it, like I say, you can't support mediocrity, and Man United deserve to be up there challenging him. If we're mid-table, that's fucking mediocre as Arsenal, mate. You can't be tolerating that. So I will be Ollie out as well. But I mean, I don't want to disrespect anybody that's Ollie out here because I know 90% of you are. But I just think that I just don't want to be. I don't think that Liverpool fixture. I know the 5-0 on paper is fucking horrendous and the performance was absolutely awful. But if that's the tipping point for you, then it was always going to be a bad game for us. It was always going to be a game we drop points in. The next few games after this one are how we need to respond. If he could win the next few, then that would be us potentially back on the road again. Chances are, though, based on that game against Liverpool and the game before Atalanta, because that was a good fight back and everything, but the games before Atalanta, chances are we won't win those games and he'll get sacked. So all you Ollie outers, I'm sure you'll get your wish very soon. I think the writing is on the wall for Ollie United. I've said this. I think that it's just a matter of time before he slips up to the degree that they decide he's not good enough, because he clearly isn't making the changes and doing the necessary to get us to be able to perform. You look at the same selection that he made from Atalanta to the Liverpool game. It's he's his own worst enemy. So as long as he keeps doing that, nobody's going to have any faith in him whatsoever. I still will say that the last 2 seasons before this season were a fantastic, well, not fantastic, but were pretty satisfactory couple of years for United, finishing 3rd and 2nd. He'd done a good job of stabilising the club and bringing good players in and getting rid of the shit. But still, up until this point, it was good, but this season has been a shambles. Thank you very much, everyone who's getting in here. Nice one. Love your comments here. Sir Nigel Farage is in here. You what? He says, does CR7 have his coaching badges? If he does, yes. I'm not too sure, but I still don't think it's a great idea for him personally. What a job to take on, man. Crikey, he's only been back and through the door 2 minutes and suddenly Solskjaer's sacked and he's the manager. I don't think that's a great look for him. I suppose in an interim capacity, but is that really, I don't really think that's the best thing to do in my humble opinion, guys. I mean, it could cause some friction, he's a great footballer, but sometimes great footballers don't make the best coaches. I'd imagine Ronaldo, if he goes into coaching, I'd imagine he will be a great coach because he's very, very committed. He's very much a leader and he's a great character. And I think that he probably would be a great coach. Super determined person. But, man, you can't just give him the Man United job right now. That's crazy. No. You've got to get somebody else in here, I think. Thank you, Rushmano. He says, subscribe to the channel. We've got over 300 of you legends in here. Get your thoughts and opinions in. Thank you for joining us. And do hit the subscribe if it's your first time here. We cover all the Man United news on the daily. Smash the subscribe, smash the like, and have your say. Viraj Palmer comments, defo not Conte for me. Very Jose-like, and players like Sancho, Wan-Bissaka will be gone. Good point, my man. Good point. And he'll just absolutely love and cuddle and probably give Pogba a 500k a week contract, won't he, to keep him. And, I don't even want Pogba right now. Gandhi says, if we lose against Spurs, I think it will go. Yeah, his position will be untenable if he loses against Spurs, guys. We would be 10th in the league if he loses against Spurs. You got fucking Ronaldo and Bruno and Pogba and all these big names. You can't be 10th in the league with United at this stage. It's not 2 games in. It'd be 10 games. 10 games, significant amount of the season, almost a third of the season gone. And you're in 10th place. You can't lose against Spurs. You can't draw against Spurs. He has to batter Spurs, and that's the reality of it. And he has to batter City if he's going to get the chances. Yo-Yo comments with a super chat, says, if CR7 have coaching badges, should be a new manager, says Yo-Yo. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's just a lot of people wanting Cristiano Ronaldo here, though, I must say. Hang on a second, guys. We've got a few. I've missed a whole bunch here. How have I managed this? Crikey, guys. Sorry, guys. Hang on a second. Right, here we go. Cool one comments, Conte got the best out of Hazard in a 3-4-3. Maybe Sancho. Yeah, he did get, okay, fair enough. But 3-4-3 will be the formation under Conte, yes. And it would probably be something like you either play Telles on the left, but probably most likely Luke Shaw. It'd probably be Lindelof, Maguire, and Varane at the back with Wan-Bissaka on the right-hand side. And then you've got, or Dallo even, and then you've got Fred and McTominay and Pogba to choose from in midfield. And then, of course, Ronaldo and Rashford up top, or Bruno. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a good, I could imagine it would work quite well. Conte's style, his nullifying defensive style, it would definitely compact up the back area of the pitch for us. But I'd like to see United play that sometimes. I do, like on the counter. We do it sometimes under Ollie. He's done it before, and I think it suits us. Or a 3-5-2, he plays obviously with different variation. But, you know, I think it suits us because it makes it a lot harder for the opposition to score at the back. That's the point of it. It's much more compact. At times you've got a back five, but you've always got a back three. The two in front of the back line can obviously protect the back line and sit there. And then you can, it's a counter-attacking formation, you know. It's a tight formation defensively. And you can win games with it if you play the system correctly. And Conte can play the 3-4-3 and play that system brilliantly. He is a good coach, and he probably would be able to get us very solid at the back. Do I want us to be solid at the back? Yes. But do I want us to be an attacking force at the same time? Yes. And unfortunately, you know, I'm not so sure if that's what we're going to get with him. But maybe results are the most important thing for most fans right now. Obviously results are the main thing, because you've got to win trophies. Doesn't matter what style of football you play if you're getting battered, does it? Who cares about style at the end of the day? In all honesty, I mean, I do care about style, but I'm just saying, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if you're playing like Barcelona, if you're not winning like prime Barcelona. If you're getting battered, it doesn't matter. Okay. So, Paul Merson in here. Paul Merson, what are you doing, Paul? He commented with a £5 super chat. He says, great news. I'm returning to management and we're already in talks with the Glazers. By the way, is there a prick on my face? Oh, crikey, Paul Mason. I don't know, there might be, mate. It might just be your face. But Paul Merson, thank you very much for the £5 super chat there, dude. I appreciate that one. Just don't have a bet on it, Paul. That's what I would say now. Just don't have a bet on it. Yo-Yo with a 179 super chat. He comments and says, give it Ronnie until end of the season. He got the job at a technicality of a legend who recommended you. Yeah, fair enough, Yo-Yo. Guys, get your thoughts and opinions in then. Just to recap for anybody that's just joining us, as you can see there, there's no doubt of Antonio Conte. Decision since days, he's interested in joining Manchester United, it seems, Antonio Conte. And Manchester United is still undecided, or obviously not necessarily undecided, maybe they've already decided, but unannounced anything to do with Solskjaer leaving the football club. So there's no confirmation that is the case. There's no confirmation he'll be sacked in the morning. I suppose it could happen. My gut and my hunch feeling is that they'll give him a bit more time and he'll probably get at least the Spurs game and have to win the next few to keep his job. So that's my feeling. Just to recap some of the other headlines. So United board are really considering Solskjaer's position at this football club. We have reports here from Sky Sports Italy that United have contacted Antonio Conte and they've made initial contact. Also, there's been reports to say that Zinedine Zidane and Manchester United have had ongoing discussions for a while now with his agent. Just some speculative information coming out about that. Also, Rob Blanchett reporting or suggesting that Pogba may sign a new deal if Antonio Conte came into the club, which is a fair point. You know, that if you really want Pogba to sign a new deal, Antonio Conte loves Pogba and obviously had that relationship working together at Juve when Pogba was actually good for his club. So, you know, that might, if you want Pogba to stay, that might help that. And then also, you know what, the Express are reporting that midfielder Donny van der Beek has changed agents amid speculation about the Dutchman's potential Old Trafford exit. So he wants to leave in January, understandably, really, because he's not getting any game time. And it's reported that he has changed agents, guys, which is just quite interesting. So might be seeing Donny van der Beek on the way out in Jan. But again, if a new manager comes in, it could breathe a bit of fresh air into Donny van der Beek, because this guy needs a chance, in my opinion. He's good enough. He's shown from the limited minutes he had under Solskjaer that he deserves a chance. And so if a new manager did come in, if Solskjaer failed, maybe Donny should be given that chance. And Conte might give him that chance, or somebody might give him that chance, and he might end up staying. But at this moment in time, it seems like Donny wants out of Manchester United, and I don't blame the lad. I don't blame the lad at all. Okay then, guys. So let's get into the live chat quickly. Thank you, every one of you guys who are tuning in right now. Get your thoughts in. What do you think about this situation? Are you looking for Conte? Are you looking for Zidane? Do you think they will stick with Solskjaer for a bit longer? Get your thoughts and opinions in. So we have more information coming here. No doubt about the will of Conte about United job. If they decide to change Solskjaer, the Italian would be in pole position. If Man United calls, he's ready. So it definitely seems loads of different Italian journalists here. Gianluigi Longori and a whole bunch of others reporting that Conte is ready and willing to come to Manchester United if the call comes. And some sources suggesting that Conte has been already contacted by Man United. That is the big story of the night, guys. Right, I'm going to get into the comment section. Thank you all for joining. Smash the like, smash the subscribe, have your say. Get in there and tell me what you feel. What do you feel? Tell me what you feel, lads and lasses. Right, okay. Bell691, how you doing? Sing Games, you don. Wishkva Krish as well. Wow, we got a $14.99 super chat here from Mike. Mike, thank you, my friend, very, very much so. He says, mate, we need to talk about Maguire. How can he continue as captain? He can't command respect from teammates and lead by example with the mistakes he makes. Varane would be a great captain, says Mike. Mike, I mean, Varane would be a pretty good captain for us, actually, in all honesty. I actually do think we've got a ready-made captain up the top there, though. Some people are suggesting he could even be ready to be the bloody manager of United, which is mental. But that man is Cristiano Ronaldo. He's a ready-made captain, mate. He's the most experienced player you're ever going to have, ever. He's 36. He's won the Ballon d'Or fucking 5 times, whatever it is. I mean, it doesn't get any more experienced and any more of a leader than that. The ultimate clutch player drags his nation through whilst wearing that armband. I mean, he is a leader. He is the leader. So why don't we give it to him? So fair enough, though. Varane, though, I like your style. Long term, obviously, because Ronaldo's only going to be here a couple of seasons, really. Long term, yes, Varane, I could see maybe taking over the captaincy from him there. Bruno should be captain, says Malps. Or Bruno Fernandes is another one that could definitely take over the captaincy. That's a great shout, Malps. One thing I think most of us are agreed on is Slabby Maguire should not have the bloody captaincy. I have been saying this for years, man. In fact, I've been saying this pretty much since we signed Bruno Fernandes. And he really was the leader and the catalyst in our team. And especially after that Mykonos incident with Slabby, I was thinking, now's the perfect time to strip him of the captaincy and give it to somebody else. And we didn't do it. We just didn't do it. So, I don't think, while Solskjaer's here, I don't think he'll ever strip him of the captaincy, in all honesty. Going to be honest, I don't think he's got the cojones to do it. I don't think he wants to upset him. You know what I would do if I was the manager? I would take the slab into a room. I'd sit him down on another cold slab. Nothing comfy, no cushions, mate. Proper cold concrete slab on slab action. And I'd say, listen, Slabby, facts are the facts. You're not acting, not playing, not performing like a Manchester United captain, bud. I'm sorry, but we love your big slab around here, mate. But you're dropped. You can't play. You can't put those gash levels of performances in there and be wearing the armband. You can't be in the team, let alone be wearing the armband. You've got to be the one dragging people from those depths. You have to be the one, just fighting and showing everybody else around you, that your desire to win and your ability to win, and instill the confidence and organise your backline and instill the confidence in the rest of the team. You've got to be the leader. And he's not doing that to a good enough degree. He's making too many amateur errors. He doesn't look like a leader. It seems like he shrivels up because the pressure of Manchester United's captaincy is too big for him to handle. That's no bad thing. I think he'd probably be better for United if he didn't have the captain's armband. If you just took it away from him and gave the leadership to somebody else, maybe that would be the difference maker. I think he just says something about representing Man United that makes him crumble. For England, he doesn't have this problem. For England, he was great in the World Cup, in the Euros and the World Cup. He was great. So you have to ask yourself, what is it about playing for Manchester United that makes him shrivel up? We know he's a good defender because he's been a good defender on an international stage for England and impressed and led and been a really good fighter for the team. But for Man United this season, he's been laughable. And in that Liverpool game in particular, it was fucking shocking. So, yeah, I think the captain's armband is a bad thing for Harry. Anyway, I think take it off him, you might see a better player. It's silly as it sounds. Psychologically, I don't think he can handle the role. He can't psychologically live up to that captain's armband. It seems like it to me. He might want to be captain, but I think just the fact of him being the captain and him having that responsibility and focus on him and extra pressure and just being the leader of the team is too much for him to handle. Yo-Yo comments, CR7 would bring experienced assistant like Quiroz. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Okay, fair enough. I mean, yeah. It would be nice to have Carlos Queiroz, somebody like that, but he's managing Egypt right now. So, Flying Pig, imagine Ollie wins every single game in the next few games. I mean, that's what we want to happen, of course. That's the dream, is for Ollie to be a success at United and turn this around. It's just not looking like it's going to happen right now because of the performances and this unwillingness to change. Like, do we really think we're going to win the next 4 games? I'll just ask you guys in the live chat right now then. So, the next 4 Premier League games are Tottenham, City, Watford and Chelsea. I believe I'm right with those 4. That's 12 points that's available. I will ask you now, based on form, based on how we look, based on everything, how many points do we get out of those 4 Premier League fixtures? There's 12 available. I mean, I think 6 at the most. I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm an optimist. I think 6 at the most. I think we're behind City at the moment. I think we're behind Chelsea at the moment. You look at how they're starting and they're 8 points ahead. We're really struggling in those games, in my opinion, with that performance that we saw against Liverpool and some of the games recently. We might be able to beat Watford, so we fucking should smash Watford. And Spurs, in my opinion, are a pretty fucking bang average side. And I can see us getting a result there, but it doesn't mean we will. So, you know, 6 out of 12 points isn't enough to save him, unfortunately. But then again, he could surprise you. And previously, he's been in situations where his back's been against the wall and he's pulled it out the bag. He's beaten City when you didn't think he was going to beat City. You know, stuff like that. He's beaten PSG when you didn't think he was going to beat PSG. You know, he has managed to pull it out the bag and put a run together and save his job before. So I wouldn't put it beyond him, but it just doesn't seem very likely. It seems like the most likely outcome of sticking with Solskjaer right now is he just sort of flounders next few games and gets sacked. That seems like what the most likely outcome is for the next period of time. All right, okay, Big God Bob, you want to see your chats, do you? All right, steady on, mate. I'll put it there instead so you can see the live chat, Big God Bob. Calm down, chill your boots, Bob. Right. Okay, hang on a second. So many comments coming in here. Here's one from Man United Hodge. How you doing there? Another Aussie Dozzy legend. He says, any FIFA tonight and get out of here, Conte, you gash. Good man. I don't like Conte either. But no, actually, there isn't any FIFA tonight. I'm having Monday night off. We'll be back with the United career mode tomorrow night, though, dude. But no, sadly, no FIFA tonight. We got 180 likes on the stream. That's nearly 200. Get in there, my son. Colin Green says, Maguire will lose his captaincy. Do you think? Do you think he will? I personally don't think that that Solskjaer will take it from him. I think if the new manager comes in, yeah, he'll lose his. Oh, you mean if a new manager comes in? Yeah, I would definitely rip the captaincy off of Slabby if I was a new manager coming in. What a perfect opportunity! No, you can't even cry about it then. You know, you haven't decided him, you haven't elected him as your captain. That's somebody else. So that's a great opportunity. That's a great point. That would help the side out. Just that one thing alone. Janice Faraklas, hello mate. He says, hey Piggy, Conte is the best choice, has his own philosophy and plays 3-5-2 better than anyone. I like him. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I don't mind aspects of him as well. I think that he is a proven manager, you know, having won the Prem with Chelsea and the FA Cup with them. And of course, what he's just done at Inter. He's still a relevant manager and he's still a good manager. The only thing I don't like about him is, like you say, he has got his own style, but I don't really want us to play that style because we're United and we have our own identity too. And we have our own style too. And you're not seeing that right now. But we should try and live up to that identity and style. So that's my only big bad thing about Conte. Ollie Reynolds says, look what Conte did when United rejects at Inter. If he can make them work, he can win at United. Yeah, okay, but Inter and Serie A is a joke league these days, guys. Sorry any Italians in here, but the Serie A is not what it used to be. In the 90s, I hold my hands up, best league in the world. Now, fucking ain't. Now it's really not that great. That's how you can see, like, people sent off to the glue factory that is Serie A. All these ex-United rejects that are gash sent there and actually look decent. Chris Smalling's fucking getting in team of the season as centre-back. It's garbage. No disrespect. It's a decent standard. It's still impressive for him to win the league, but fucking it ain't that impressive, is it? Serie A's not what it used to be. Big God Bob, thank you for the £2 super chat, mate. He says, Zidane, 5 cheese blend. Ollie, vegan cheese bland. Big God Bob, fair play to you, mate. I see what you did there. Oh man. Guys, thank you everybody who's got in here. I really appreciate you. Thank you to D Gregory 79 who subscribed to the channel, and also Alan McBee who subscribed to the channel, and anybody else, if you're new, hit the subscribe as well. Hopefully your name pops up and we can give you a shout out here. Right then, let's get back into the comment section, guys. Man, oh man, this is to be honest with you guys, this is a fucking depressing time to be a United fan. I'm not gonna lie. I know a lot of you guys are happy about Solskjaer going, but of course none of us are really truly happy, because the whole reason we're talking about our manager being changed is because it means United are not doing doing very good at all. And so it's a very depressing time to be a United fan. We just lost 5-0 to Liverpool, man. That stings. That still stings right now. 5-0 against the Scousers. I mean, it's enough to drive you potty, isn't it, thinking about, because of all those Scouse faces smiling, Kenny Dalglish, etc. It's fucking horrible. So, yeah, don't... And we're changing. We have to change now. It seems like we're going to change soon. We had a sort of happy mentality just a few months ago. And now it's all gone down the shitter. And now we have to change. And now we have to go on a different tangent. Potentially an Antonio Conte fucking tangent, which involves playing defensive negative football. So, I'm just not happy about this in any way, guys, in all honesty. I want a Solskjaer to be a success. It's very sad. Sometimes, you got to do the right thing, though. And I'm sorry to say, if he doesn't win the next few games, he will be out of the club. And that would be the right thing then. That would be the right thing if he can't get the next few results. Right then, guys. So a lot of people saying 8 points. Yo-Yo says 8 points we could get. 1 draw against Watford, says Francois Coq. 6 points, says JW United 2, a win versus Spurs and Watford. 2 points for any United, 1 out of 15, says Wishfar Krish. 9, says Jarvis Cocker. So you think, a lot of you are thinking we're not going to get that many points against the next 4 sides in the Premier League then. It's pretty damning, mate, from the fans in here. I mean, fair enough, I don't blame you. Like I say, even I think probably 6 is only realistic because of how bad we've done recently. To be honest, I'm an Ollie inner, but I'd sack Ollie, but have him as a reserve coach to get some experience under his belt. I'd have Ten Hag as manager, to be honest. Zidane only wants PSG or France, says Mr. Miyagi. Okay, fair enough. Well, I don't think he's going to do that, to be honest. I just don't think he's going to do that, go and work under Ten Hag. I mean, I just don't think he's going to do that, but fair enough. So you want Ten Hag. I mean, he's a good option in a lot of ways. He is a good option in a lot of ways. I'd much rather actually us take a punt on him than Conte, even though Conte's more proven, just because of Ten Hag being more in fitting with the style and the ethos and what we're about at Manchester United and what we should be about at Manchester United, because we're Manchester United and we have a certain way of playing, and we should have a certain way of playing, an attacking, entertaining style. That should be Man United. So, I wouldn't be against that. If it doesn't work out for Solskjaer, I'd be more for that than I would be Conte, in all honesty. That's just how I feel about it. 3 points, says Sajid Anwar. 4 for Solskjaer 99. Mamacini, thank you so much for the €5 super chat. I really appreciate you, dude. He says we should address the fact that some of our starters are too happy with their huge payday. They don't actually play any crap. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, we talked about the laziness of some of the players, the lack of effort. I think we saw that in the Liverpool game. We've seen it a lot this season. We talked about the running stats, how far away these guys are off of the other top teams in terms of covering ground, covering distance, actual running that's being done out there on the pitch. I mean, that is a great indicator of a lack of effort. It doesn't always mean that because, at the end of the day, it depends on your style, how you play. But, if you're a very standoffish, counter-attacking team, you're probably not going to cover as much distance as a team that is really attacking end-to-end. That's of course, a factor, but it doesn't make for good viewing. And United shouldn't be that type of team. We should be the team that's running everybody off the park. We should be the team that's attacking the most and creating the most chances and running and covering the most distance. That should be what Man United does. So that is a big problem. That does go to indicate you, Mamastini, that, a lot of our players, they take their paycheck and they don't really put in maximum effort. So that's a fair point, Mamacini. Thank you very much for your chat. Right then. Okay, Man United, the treble 99. Thanks for your super chat. Says, Ollie will get himself sacked because he's coach and staff and himself to blame. He keeps playing Fred and bad tactics like as a player. Would any other club keep him, says Man United, the treble. Yeah, I mean, I think so. If you look at, a lot of other clubs that stick by their managers, I think if you look at, Arsenal, obviously they stuck by Arteta through some times. Obviously there are clubs that wouldn't sack him at this stage. No, Man United fans and Man United board, though, we do expect very, very quick success, and we don't really want a period of bad run of games at all. And if you get that, it seems like everybody just jumps right on, and there you go, Ollie out. So, I think the fan base here is we're one of the most likely to sack somebody off, really, compared to some other teams. But then again, maybe I'm wrong there. Okay, so first class gamer, what's going on, man? He says he's going through super chats. He will get to the tweet. What tweet? What tweet happened? Hang on a sec. Don't worry. By the way, so oh, wait a second. Hang on. Right. So I have a, what tweet is this? Anyway, I've got a man, Mr. Matty Rushmano, who sends me all the information. So don't worry. Nobody has to tell me there's anything coming because it will be coming through anyway. So don't worry about it. Mamasini with a €2 super chat says, we need a boss and Ollie ain't it, says Mamasini. I mean, it doesn't seem like it. Yash says, feel bad that people celebrating Ollie being sacked. Yeah, how can anybody celebrate Ollie being sacked? The guy's a fucking club legend, man. Guy's a fucking club legend, man. Put some respect on the name for what he's done for this club as a player and as a manager. Because it's only gone to pot this season, really. Like I say, the second place finish last year. Great progression. Stabilised the club. He's done a good job stabilising it. He's done a good job buying great players and getting rid of shit players. So for that, just those reasons alone, he deserves respect. He would have left the club in a great position, this man. Okay, so Mamasini, thank you very much for the super chat there. Lord Reptile with the £2 super chat, thank you so much, pal. I appreciate you. He says, Pigo, the chat have said United report tweet. Thank you, Lord Reptile. Okay, don't worry about what the chat says. Thank you, Lord Reptile. I appreciate that. Okay, then, so get in there. So, right then. Ollie is too nice to be a manager, says Andrew Reese. Too nice to be a manager. I don't know. You don't know if you have to be a horrible shithouse bastard to be a manager, in all honesty. I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking at here, guys, to be fair. Am I supposed to be looking at these sources from Chris Wheeler of the Daily Mail? Okay. Sources have stressed the need to pull together and move on from the loss to Liverpool, adding that there is nothing to say Solskjaer won't still be in charge when United play Tottenham on Saturday. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, you know, if it was reported by anyone other than the Daily Mail, then I might consider that as an actual source. But is that what it was then, guys? Right, hang on. Fair enough. Hey there, Mark. What's going on, dude? Thank you very much for getting in there. I appreciate you. Jonathan Gallagher. What's going on, mate? How you doing? Telegram, mate. Right, okay, I'm being pulled in too many different directions. I only have one source master here. Don't you worry about that. Okay, Big Cod Bob, thank you very much for getting in here, everybody, by the way. Yeah, let's get back on track. So thank you very much for joining us. Smash your like on the video. Get your thoughts and opinions in. And let's be having you. So Ollie is not good enough right now, frozen over. No, definitely not, mate. You look at the run we've had. I mean, I've personally stuck by him, and I look at what he's done the last few games and being reluctant to change. I still think if he was prepared to change, United have got the players in the squad to turn it around. We could beat Spurs. We could beat City. I think all those things could happen. But will they happen is another question. But, you know, Ollie's not done all bad things at this football club. Anybody who says that he has is a bit of an idiot, to be fair. There's been some great moments, you know, the Parc des Princes game, you know, the 9-0 against Southampton, bringing some goals and glory back to the club in certain games. So, yeah. So, sorry, what was this bit of information everybody wanted me to look at? Was that it? Was that what it was? Anyway, Matt Rush is the man who gives me all the information. If it doesn't come from Matt Rush, I'm not interested. Sorry to say, but he's the guy that vets all the stuff for me as well. And if anything does come up live, so yeah, so let me just have a look at this though, because a few people are saying I should check this out. Yeah, so we've already discussed that anyway. Oh, well, hang on a second. So there was an update. This is the latest, guys. That's all that there is. It's just that Manchester United have supposedly made contact with Conte and that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's job at this moment in time, you know, there's no official announcement or statement from the club. So you just have to be patient. Maybe something will be announced in the morning if you want Ole out. Maybe something will be announced that they've given him a show of faith and that they're going to stick with him and give him a bit more time. Or maybe they'll just stay completely silent and not say anything, and then when it comes to it, they'll announce it if he fails in the Spurs game or the City game. You know, if that happens, then I'm sure they'll pull the plug. So it's imminent, guys. The only thing that could turn it around is if he goes on an incredible run here. Thank you, Matt Rush, for another bit of information here. So Antonio Conte has been sounded out about taking over at Manchester United if they part company with Solskjaer. The board is still taking stock before deciding on their next move. Sir Alex Ferguson is still back in Solskjaer, is what's being reported here. So, Interesting, very interesting. Okay, fair enough. So yeah, a few reports coming out to say that Manchester United and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer not exactly, not exactly finished just yet, but who knows, guys? We'll see what happens. It's all speculation right now. This is what's so fucking funny about it. People saying all verbatim, Ollie's going to get sacked in the morning. I very much doubt he will, guys. I'm just going to be honest. I don't think they will sack him in the morning. I think that they'll sack him after a couple of bad games now. I think, they've been patient with him to a degree so far, and I think they'll continue to be patient because they invested a shit ton in him now. But I could be wrong. Maybe tomorrow they'll sack him. Right then, guys, get your thoughts in. I'm going to stick on it for a bit longer. Have your say. Let me know what you think about this whole fucking mess. And ultimately, I've said this, if Solskjaer fails against Spurs, he's not the man for me. There you go, guys. I will be Ollie out if he can't get the game against Spurs won. You know why? You know fucking why? Because Man United are 7th right now, 8 points off the pace. And if we lose against Spurs, we could be 11 points off of Chelsea. With 10 games played. That's an abomination at this stage if you're United and having the team that we've got. So there's no two ways about it. That's not doing your job good enough. However, if he beats Spurs, we'll be up to 17 points. Based on some of what the other games happen, we'll probably be like 5th. If he beats City, unlikely, which could happen though, then we'd be on the same amount of points as them, possibly, or we'd be up there into the top 4 again. So, that's all you can hope for, really. As somebody who loves Ollie, as somebody who's loved what Ollie's done the last couple of years with getting that team unity and progressing some of the youth players and making us a bit of a better team, apart from this season, I would be happy to allow him the chance to do it. But there you go. You can all call me a dick if you want. That's fine. Right then. Thank you very much for joining. Come on then. Let's have you. Where are you at? Let's have you. Where are you at? Where are you Ollie out as at? Where are you? Pig out as at. Let's see. More information coming in from Matty Rushmano. Says, if Man United do sack Solskjaer, the Glazers are keen to bring in a manager for the long term who shares the club traditions of blooding youngsters and playing attacking football. That has put the potential appointment of Conte in doubt. Interesting. What's up there, exclusive? How you doing? And Nick Achilles as well. No, I'm not on FIFA tonight, mate. No, I'm just taking the night off FIFA tonight. We'll be back at it tomorrow, though. United is even with Arsenal on points. That's your abomination. Absolutely busted, Cherry. I know, mate. I know. That's how you know you're shit. When you're on level points with the Arsenal Hollands. That's how you know you're a true shite bag of a team. I must say, no disrespect to any Arsenal fans, but that is how you know you're shit. Primo says he has to at least show that he's willing to change things significantly on the pitch. But if he's lost the dressing room, he's done. Yes, and it may not even exactly all be him. As we discussed, the coaching staff may have lost some of the players with their input and their ability to get the best out of them and their system and obviously the way that they're being coached. If they've got no faith in the system that they're playing, then it's hard to really have faith in the coach, the manager, and everybody above if the system's not working, especially. It's one thing, sometimes you could play a system, like, for instance, if you're coming up against Man City, like last season when Solskjaer played and we got a result, you might be playing this negative, horrible style. You might be training it all week, and you might doubt the manager. You might say, this isn't the right way to go about it, whatever, but you go along with it because he's the coach and he's told you what to do, and the coaching staff have laid it all down. But if it actually works and you win the game, then, as a player, that only gives you more belief that the manager knows what the fuck he's doing. You know what I'm saying? If the system works, even though you thought that it wasn't going to work, then it gives you more faith, whereas the opposite is happening right now. The system isn't working and there can be no faith in the system. And so, yes, he needs to change. He needs to make a massive change in how he approaches these games with his tactics and his selections and his formations. I agree. Soap Spaghetti Gaming has just joined. Welcome in here, Soap Spaghetti. Chloe Conkey, hi to you too. Matthew Freud says Arteta over Ollie. You what? What's that? Omar, Flying Pig, surely Ollie must be given one last hurrah. Yeah, against Spurs. One last hurrah against Spurs. Lose the game and you're gone. And then the next game against City becomes the last hurrah. Lose the game and you're gone. Yeah, I feel that that's fair. I feel like that's fair from what he's done and what he's done for this club and just his who he is. He deserves an extra game against Spurs here to see if he can win it. Plus, like I say, this isn't exactly the perfect guy to come in and take over from it. If there was, then maybe we should make the change right now. Will's comments, I think Zidane would be great. Look at what he did with Real Madrid. This time he would also get in with a great squad, and I think his style of football is fun enough for United and can win trophies. Nice one, Wills. Yeah, I think so too, actually, to a degree. It's not guaranteed because he's not proven elsewhere other than Madrid. But if you're just going on what he's done at Madrid, then absolutely, I fully agree. We are done out of here under this coaching team, unfortunately, says Eamon Barrett. Looks like it. Fair enough, you take Christina Aguilera over Ollie. Thank you for subscribing there, Anto Kennedy as well. Welcome aboard, nice one. Thanks for joining the Bacon Express. Please keep your arms and legs and all other appendages inside the vehicle at all times. And hang on to your seats, baby, because this one's going to be a screamer. Jarvis Conker says, why aren't Quique Setién a potential United manager? He did great for many years in Spain, and he was sacked with a 64 win rate in 2020 at Barcelona. No idea, to be honest with you, Jarvis Cocker, you are. Norfolk Pyro, I mean, we've only seemed to have, look, there's only a few managers that are linked to the club right now. Here it is. So if you want us to know, there it is, guys. Antonio Conte is the favoured manager right now at 3-1. Zinedine Zidane is supposedly the second favourite. Brendan Rodgers, 6-1. Eric Ten Hag is 16-1. Mauricio's 10-1. You know, the favourites, Conte and Zidane right now. Those are the two clear managers that seem to be leading the likeliness charts here. So there you go, guys. I mean, I don't want Conte. Looks like he might be the man, though, if Solskjaer's sacked. Ollie, in your opinion, says Matthew. Nice one, Matthew Rush. We've got 231 likes. Guys, smash that thumbs up button if you're just getting in. Let's see if we can get 300 likes on the stream. Why the hell not? Smash the thumbs up if you're just getting in, and also subscribe if you're new and all that good stuff. There's a little bell icon, looks like Luis Suarez's face. Click that as well, and you get notified when we post, which is every single day. Sin Game says, I give up if Conte takes over. I know how you feel, man. You know what we're in for. It's Jose Mourinho Mark II. That's what we're prepared for. Do you want an Italian Mr. Beanio? Do you want that? Because that's basically what it is, rather than going for something different. I'd much rather Ten Hag or Zidane than Conte, yeah. But right now, as you can see, the favoured manager to take over at Manchester United, if you're a betting man, is Antonio fucking Conte. How is CR7 19-1? I know, it's kind of ridiculous. Social 999. I guess because he's just there. He's 36. He's in that age, that period. But it's kind of ridiculous, yeah. I wouldn't be betting on that if I were you. Ronaldo says JMUFC. Yeah, I mean, there's just the odds for him. He's not a realistic one. He's obviously quite long. You would have thought he'd be longer than 19-1, though, eh? But who's going to put a bet on 19-1 for Ronaldo to be manager? You must be off your tits. But anyway, there you go. So at least Ollie keeps it exciting, says Mo Khan. Conte will win us trophies, and that's all I care about. I don't care about the style of play, to be honest. Respect Alfie MUFC, man. You know, at the end of the day, it is a results industry. If you want to be successful, you get it done whichever way you can. Winning ugly is still winning. As the great Dom Toretto once said, doesn't matter whether you win by an inch or a mile. Winning is winning. And, that's kind of true. It doesn't really matter which way you go about it. Winning is winning. And if you win, you're the best. So it's a fair point you made, man. I can't really disagree with you. Right now, if Solskjaer went super duper defensive but won games, we would be absolutely fine with it, I think. Same with a new manager came in, if they just hit the ground running and playing a defensive style. Most people aren't going to care if we're winning games 1-0, if we win every game 1-0. I want to see us play entertaining football and win games 4-5-0, That's what I want to see. But some people wouldn't care. They just want the results, and that's fine. And primarily, that's what I want to. But I do want a bit of style with it. Oz with a $4.99 super chat. He says, Scousers singing our songs at Old Trafford, fans leaving during the game, and players are out. There's no way he deserves another game after that, says Oz. I mean, fair one. I mean, there were some people that left the stadium. Scousers were going mad in there, celebrating. Yeah, absolutely horrible. One of the worst, darkest days in Manchester United's history. Never mind just Premier League era, just in the days, in whole fucking history. It's 5-0 drubbing at home against Liverpool. It's inexcusable, it's unacceptable, it's unfathomable. And to be fair, yeah, I can understand why you think he deserves to go right now. I don't think the board will sack him off tomorrow. That's my gut, and I think he'll get the Spurs game. That's my gut feeling. Phil Jones to be manager, says Red Devil. Gary Finnegan says, what difference would it make if they brought Conte in, if they kept the same coaching team? Well, I'd imagine Conte would go and the coaching staff will probably be relieved as well, because usually I mean, I don't know what Conte's setup is personally. Obviously, he's not employed at the moment, is he? But I don't know what his setup is. But usually he would have a favoured, couple of confidants or some coaching staff to call upon that he could then appoint, such as, Jose Mourinho type thing. But I don't know that. So it's a fair point you make. Vinicius Junior says Zidane is the man. If Conte is appointed, will you become Flying Pig United or Flying Pig Paul, says Philip Chapman. You fucking what? Gangster Times says, look how Arteta turned it around at Arsenal. Ollie is the man for the job, says Gangster Times. He could turn it around quite easily, yeah. That's what's funny about this whole situation. Like, we are 8 points off in first place, but bearing in mind, other results going our way. And if he did win the next few, he could turn it around pretty easily, yeah. But it's not looking good, mate, based on form. Nathan Best, mate. I mean, the thing is, Nathan Best went to the game. He travelled to the game, he paid his money, and he's watched fucking that, yeah? And, I felt fucking disgusted watching it at home. Never mind actually having spent hard time, money, and everything to go and watch it. And it's fucking horrible. You deserve better. You deserve better as a fan. You deserve much better. That's what it boils down to, really. Nathan Best says, I can tell you from being there, the third goal onwards was a blur. Rinse and repeat. Nathan Best, yes, lad. I feel you, my friend. Thank you so much for getting in here. Mamasini with another one says, Pig, I'll never trust you as a Man U fan if you don't support a manager that wins us trophies. 2 season gaffers, keep them coming for fuck's sake. What does that mean? Pig, I'll never trust you as a Man U fan if you don't support a manager, that wins us trophies. What do you mean? I don't really know what that means, mate. What do you mean? Don't support a manager that wins us trophies. I've already done that, though. Jose Mourinho won us trophies, and then I fucking said Mourinho out because he got us to play shit and bottled it at the end. And Louis van Gaal won us the FA Cup, but I still wanted him out because the style was absolutely gash. I guess you'll never trust me then, Mamasini. I guess you'll never trust me. Steve Johnson with a $5 Canadian super chat here says, I think Conte would be a bad fit. Better to stick with what you know in Ollie, says Steve Johnson. Steve Johnson is a Liverpool fan. I don't really know how to take that one, whether you're like saying, Ollie in forever or being one of those guys. But fair enough, Steve Johnson. Thank you very much for your super chat, Steve. Appreciate you. Daffy Duck super chat says Big Bear. Man, oh man. Zayn Miyasi, how did I miss you? Zayn Miyasi, what's going on? Thank you for the $8.99 super sticker, dude. He's laughing his bloody pussy off there. Look at him laughing his pussy off. Fair play to you, Zayn Miyasi. Amy Fawcett with a £1 super chat as well. Thank you so much, Amy Fawcett. Sorry for missing that one. How you doing there, Aim? Thank you very much for watching and getting in the stream tonight. I appreciate you. Right, guys. Come on, let's get into it. Let's get into the nitty-gritty here, then. Let's get into the nitty-gritty. Aidan McDonald says, Ollie out, Piggy, mate. Let go on this sentimentality and admit that if he wasn't as club legend, he would already be gone. Aidan, I said that in my video earlier, actually, that I said somebody came in here the other day and said that if it was Louis or if it was Jose, then, you'd probably want him out. And yeah, I probably would. And I'm close to wanting Ollie out. But he isn't those guys. He is a club legend. And that counts for fucking something, pal. There needs to be a little bit of respect here. People just slagging Ollie off, treating him like one of those Jose Mourinho mugs or that Louis van Gaal fucking goblin. He's not. Solskjaer's an absolute legend in this football club, and it doesn't... If you're a shit manager, you don't deserve time. But factually, he finished third then second, started this season badly, top of the Champions League group, though, and we're 8 points off the lead. Those are the facts. Not good enough, right? Absolutely not good enough. But, I mean, there is maybe a little bit of sentimentality involved, but it's not like he's just in the job for a long, long time. I mean, Arsenal fans... Crikey, they could have sacked off Arteta a long time ago. Arsenal could have got rid of Arteta a long time ago. He's starting to turn it around now. So, they could have easily got rid of him, though, a while ago when it was complete calamity when they finished 8th in the league. I thought they should have got rid of him. And I still think maybe he's not the right man for the job, but it seems like they're coming around again now. Football's fickle, my friend. Football is fickle, and 1 or 2 bad games can cause a whole nightmare, and 1 or 2 good games can fix a lot of that damage. So I'm not saying he is going to do it because, like you say, look at our form, it's not good. I'm just saying that he deserves the chance. He fucking deserves the chance, mate, to get that Spurs team battered. He deserves the chance. Okay, nice one, Vincent. Thank you, mate. I'll check that out after the stream, Don. Thank you for subscribing, Dan J. Appreciate that one. Akra Ramella says, Ollie out. Thank you, Akra Ramella. No banter, says Steve Johnson. You're allowed banter. I'm just doing a little bit of a, I guess I'm a little bit tense there, Steve Johnson. I don't really want jokes from Liverpool supporters today. Sorry. No disrespect, Steve. You're a nice bloke. But yeah, Scousers out right now as far as I'm concerned. You beat us 5-0 yesterday, do one. No FIFA stream tonight, Amy Fawcett. I'm sorry, no, it will be back tomorrow. Sorry. Piggy's going to have the night off FIFA tonight and just have a bath and just get an early night. That's what I'm doing. So, but we'll be back to it tomorrow, though, Amy. Don't you worry about that. Acro Lamella, yes, nice one. Social 99 says, late night pigging, love it. Here I am, mate. Late night pigging it up. Conte should just be a short fix till we find someone better. So what you're saying, a 2-year contract, 3-year contract? I don't know if he's going to come on a short-term deal like that. Maybe, you know, a few years, yeah. But he wants some assurances. And also, yeah, he's a good manager for a couple of years, I suppose. He is. He's proven to obviously do pretty well in the short term. He's the sort of guy that comes in with a system, with a style, has his defensive, you know, effective style, and will get your team playing a certain way. So yeah, in the short term it's good, but he's still not the right fit for us because in the long term, you know, it's not what we want to do as a club, in my opinion. I wonder why Ollie's wheel's still yet to move out of Old Trafford, says Salim Umar. They're going to give a bit of time. Norfolk Pirates says 2-year contract. Show United says 3-year contract, 3 years deal. Max says Tim Sherratt. End the season, Max says Bell 601. Ronaldo short term, says Big God Bob. I don't get it. In a United, mate, what's going on? Fake fan, no one would coach, no one player is bigger than Manchester United. You melt. In a United, don't be mean, mate. Who you being mean to? You're not being mean to Omar Sharif, are you? Omar Sharif's a nice bloke, mate. Surely he will get the chance if he sack him in the morning. I'll never watch United again. I mean, all right, okay, you respond to that. Ilya, calm down, mate. No, I do think you can't blame the board if they sack Ollie right now. You can be sad about it, but they've spent a lot of money and they want results. And there's other coaches. Tuchel's got Chelsea up there. Klopp ripped us apart 5-0. They're up there banging the goals in. City and Pep. Man, they're all our rivals and they're all in a really good place with their coaches. They're all playing nice football and they're all up there challenging. That's where we should be and we're not. And they've invested in him for a few seasons now. And yes, maybe we are missing a CDM, but they still spent a shit ton of cash on the guy. And the time has to come. I'm sorry, even, you know, I love Ollie, but he did well the last 2 seasons, but now the time has come. He's been here for 3 years. He's had huge investment. He's got the GOAT Ronaldo up top, not getting service. You can't sit by blindly and say that, you know, that he doesn't deserve to be sacked in some ways. You might not want him sacked yet. I don't want him sacked just yet. I would be happy to see him play the Spurs game. But if he does get sacked, I'll understand it. There's millions and millions of pounds involved for these twats upstairs as well. You know, with each single position that they finish lower and all the Champions League revenue that they get. That's all they care about, really. You know, if they don't think Solskjaer could get in the top 4 this season now, or he's going to struggle to do that, then maybe they will make the change before the rot sets in. So I don't think you should feel that way, Omar, to be fair, because... you know, Man United is bigger than the man. Sorry to say, Ollie is a great man. He's a lovely man. I think he's a nice man. I really do. And he's been a great player for United. But United, the club, is way bigger than Ollie the man. I'm sorry to say that. Ollie's a legend, but the club is always going to come first. You can't just sit by Ollie and support him blindly. As much as I want, you know, him to be a success, you can't do it. So you can't say, oh, I'm never going to watch United again if we sack Ollie tomorrow. Because... you're just doing yourself dirty at the end of the day also, but also, you know, the club is bigger than any man, dude. It has to be. Poisonous Nut says no players at fault in these losses. It's all on Ollie. No, man. Definitely. I agree with you, man. Some of the players were an abomination in these losses. So much so. Stabby Maguire shouldn't be our fucking captain, mate. Possesses all the power and touch of a bloody solar-powered calculator, that dickhead. And then you've got Lindelof, who's bloody Blunderloff all the time. Dwindleoff. Shindeloff, Vindeloff plays like shite at the back. And then you've got Luke Shaw, who was, let's face it, man, oh man, oh man, Luke Unshaw in that game. Terrible, all over the place, never in position once. Up and down the pitch, but not in a good way. Not in a good way. It was a very, very awful performance. Pogba, what his contribution did in that Liverpool game was a joke, mate. It's a disgrace for what he did in that game. Bruno was a shambles. You know, the list goes on. They were all gash. So definitely the players have to take a huge responsibility. But the buck stops with the manager, and it always will. Chelsea sacked a legend and won the Champions League. Love Ollie, he's a legend, but a wise man once said, it's time to go. Fair play to your Shane United, my lad. No player was bigger than Fergie. City and Liverpool had that with us. Every player is bigger than Ollie, says Bell 691. I mean, I disagree with that, Bell, to be honest with you. I don't see how any player is bigger than Ollie. I mean... you know, Ollie, okay, the only thing is Ollie doesn't have that same sort of mystique about him, that same sort of discipline there, that same sort of just commands your respect maybe so much as those guys. So I see what you're saying. Schlock Sakare, no, he's not sacked yet, dude. He's not sacked. Maybe in the morning. We'll keep you updated. But no. Guys, there's 300 of you legends in here still. Thank you for joining us. We're almost at 300 likes on the stream. Leave a like on it if you're just joining. Get your thoughts in. I'll stick around for, 5 minutes or so longer and chat with you legends. So have your say in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts and opinions, guys. Do get involved. Stewie Pope says, Piggy, is it possible for Fergie to teach Ollie tactics? Well, this is the thing. I mean, to a degree, you can teach him about how to be a manager and how to be a great coach and teach him some lessons, but he can't coach the people for him. Fergie was a delegator anyway. Fergie wasn't really a master tactician, in my opinion. Of course, he wanted to play a certain way, and he had the certain coaches in there to do the job to do that, in order to do that. But he was a master delegator. He's not necessarily a master tactician like that, in my humble opinion. I think that what his strengths were is getting the right people in and overseeing everything in the right fashion to be able to get the best out of everybody individually. It's a team sport, it's a team game, and that's true of behind the scenes. You can't do everything. But he was just great at overseeing everything, delegating different roles to different people and having them do their roles brilliantly. So, in some ways, I think, no. To be honest with you, he can't really do that. All Fergie can do is try and give Solskjaer confidence, is try and give him a boost, is try and, guide him on his way. That's all he can really do. He can't manage the team for him. He can't coach the team for him. Sing Game says, Pogba trying to be Mr. I am hard in the midfield whilst the Scouser's pissed on his leg, then took the ball. He's a melter. Been this way forever in this league, says Sing Games. Yeah, fair one. I mean, I've lost my faith in him a while ago, to be fair. Stephen Holian says, Ollie's like the substitute teacher that the kids take the piss out of until the strict teacher is back off sick. Absolutely, Stephen. It's quite funny because I said something similar to that the other day. And you're so right, Stephen. Under Conte, Bruno, Rashford, Greenwood might not start because he's not this type of players. And Ronaldo, no need to talk, is going to play whether he's fit in this system or not. Winnie Caff, yeah, exactly. You're right. What about our wingers? What about Rashford? I guess he could play up top there with Ronaldo, but what about Bruno then? And what about the midfield too? And what about, it's not ideal, is it, Winnie Caff? Vincent Bullis says, Flying Pig United Pig, this is all playing with my head. Travelling up there, spending money up there. And yesterday, that's what's called playing with my head. My heart is broke tonight, Pig. Yeah, no, that's what I've said, man. I feel you, Vincent. Let's get some love hearts in the live chat for Vincent, man. I feel you, dude. That's what I mean. It's, you support the club. And I said, if you went to the club and you travel to the stadium at Old Trafford and you're watching that and you're ready for a good game of football against Liverpool and you've paid your money and you're supporting them and you've travelled and it must be a right kick in the bollocks when they don't even turn up and they're jogging around. They don't even put in the effort sometimes. I think it's a disgrace, Vincent. I do. Fans deserve better. You all deserve better, mate. We all deserve better. Shakalaka Meka Leka, how you doing, pal? He says, midnight run. Don't think we would be bad if Sir Alex Ferguson to steady the ship. That would be my dream scenario in some ways, but I think he deserves to just enjoy his retirement. And he probably shouldn't get involved with this debacle right now, even though he's the best ever and he probably would be able to, turn us around and help us a bit because he's the GOAT. But he's had his health issues. He's older now. He's been away from the game a bit. I don't think it's smart for him to do it. I think he should just stay away and just let somebody else try and sort out this mess, in all honesty. Conte is the best option for Man United, says Angelotti Bellotti. Naz says, this is my last post question. What's your lineup and formation for Saturday, Pig? Please tell me what you think. Okay, so, I personally, this is not really going to happen, though, so there's no even point talking about it. But me and my formation would be a 4-3-3, because I don't think Solskjaer's going to do this, but if he's still here, or if anybody else comes in, they won't do it either. 4-3-3, I would say that with the players that we've got right now, maybe the best thing we could do is put Matic at the base of the 4-3-3 and the 3 in midfield, right? And the back four would be Luke Shaw. It would be Bailly and Varane if he's fit. Anyway, Wan-Bissaka, of course. The midfield, the 3 in midfield. You've got to go with maybe a combination. Probably right now, I'd give Donny a chance. Everybody else has been shit. I'd give Donny a chance. I'd give Matic and Bruno as a midfield 3. Right? You've got a midfield 3 there. Couple of pass masters and Bruno. So you probably play with 2 slightly deeper players, Donny and Matic, and then you've got Bruno sat in front of them, being the creative player who's going to drop back into that midfield to make it a 3, and he's going to get forward when it counts. And then you've got Rashford left wing, you've got Ronaldo up top, Sancho right wing. That is what I think would suit Manchester United's side. Now, on paper, it sounds good, but the problem is that midfield, it's not the most mobile when you take Bruno out of it. Donny and Matic are not the most mobile. Fred and McTominay are much more mobile, but I don't think they're as good technically on the ball as Matic or Donny. They're great pass masters, I think. They're much better than McTominay and Fred, which is why I've gone for them. I'm going for an old school pass it around style, where the midfield stays pretty fucking rigid and they don't really, leave us exposed. You got Donny, you got them sitting there pretty much. Bruno's occasionally going to be a lot more disciplined. And then the front three is where you get the damage done. That's the sort of thing we should be looking at really with the players we've got. But great team, Piggy says, yeah, but it's not ideal. We still need to sign a midfielder because, like I say, what you want is somebody like Conte. What you want is a Conte to free up the likes of. So if you had Conte sitting in front of the back line and then you've got Pogba and Bruno, or maybe not Pogba because he can piss off, but somebody else as well in the midfield. Kessie's another player that would work well in this system, right? One of these guys there, Bruno, Kessie, and a Kante type. It would be a great solid midfield, and then the forward three are allowed to go and do their job. So rather than doing what we're doing at the moment, which is pressing a lot of the times with a 4 up top, or the 6, or even the 6, right? With Fred and McTominay, and they're all pressing up there. I think it just, if you look at sort of what Liverpool do as well. You can't help but say emulating Liverpool is a good idea, really, because they do it really well. That whole 4-3-3, the high press, the solid midfield. No superstars in there, Milner and Keita and Henderson. But they do it really well. They're very solid and they're rigid, and they allow the players in front, the really attacking, creative players, to go and do their thing without leaving too many holes. Of course, you are going to leave holes playing an attacking 4-3-3 sometimes. The idea is to outscore the opposition, but you don't want to leave too many freaking holes. Whereas this system we play right now leaves a lot of holes. So United at home, 4-3-3 would be my tactic. Away from home, I would play a 3-5-2 a lot of the time. I'm just going to be honest. I think a counter-attacking tactic away from home against the big teams in particular, like at the Bridge or at the Etihad or at fucking Anfield or wherever, that is not a bad thing to do for United. Pack out the back line. Don't leave a lot of space like we did yesterday. Make it a scrappy, compact game and try and nick it on the counter. In the big games, that's fine. But I don't want to see us set up like that all the time. I want to see us be a 4-3-3 attack inside. The game has changed. 3-4-3 is nice, says Record Naldo. Grail says, get a German manager. They seem to be doing all right at the moment. Hey, fair point, lad. Fair point. When the fans left the stadium early, it was like looking at a red Etihad. I've never seen that in my life. We need to do something about it. Oh, that's filthy, Vincent Boot. Like a red Etihad. Oh, no. You've just made me puke a little bit in my mouth. Bell691 says, Donny's laughing at Ollie. Thank you for subscribing here, Olagunde Alawe Alameda, and also Blood Rhymes. Thank you very much for subscribing. He says, Ollie in. Griffo Chaz, how you doing tonight? Bossy says, get Scholes back in once he's stopped munching on feet. What is the matter with Scholes' toe munching habits? Oh, I could have gone my whole life without ever knowing that. Thank you very much, Omar Sharif. I appreciate you. Basuma will be great for our midfield, says Malik Geechee. Yeah, he'd also be great for Wormwood Scrubs midfield as well, pal. No, yeah, in all honesty, yeah, that sort of player. I like Wilfred Ndidi over at Leicester City, maybe wishful thinking. We'd have to pay huge money for the guy, but that sort of player, I think, somebody who's mobile and athletic, who can cover a lot of ground, but is also comfortable passing the ball around and comfortable defensively. That's all you really want. You don't need a master of everything. You just need a master of a few things and get them to do that role. And that's why I think Solskjaer's asking our midfield right now of Fred and McTominay to do too much. To do way too much. He needs to change his system and change his formation. Rushmano sent me an update. Thank you very much. So TalkSport reporting, they've got a breaking news article that says Man United have sounded out Antonio Conte over their manager role. Conte is keen on returning to England. So that is the hot take. That's the hot ticket of the story tonight. All the different news outlets reporting. Conte's been contacted by Man United, and should Solskjaer be sacked, he'll probably be the one that takes over at this moment in time, which I don't want. A bastard in the middle, says Primot. Best option for 3-5-2 is, of course, an Italian Conte. Yeah, true. But I don't want that to be our go-to tactic. I want that to be our defensive, away-from-home, counter-attacking tactic against big teams. I don't want that to be our go-to. Our go-to, I'd rather, if we're the home side, we play 4-3-3 against anyone, whether that's Liverpool. That's how I'd approach it. Fight fire with fucking fire. Yesterday, as I say, we fought fire with shite. That's not going to get you. All you're going to get is a big, melty, smelly mess. You don't want to be doing that. You either have to fight fire with ice or fight fire with fire. And you know, that's what I would favour. I would favour trying to match them, because we've got quality players in these positions who, on their day, could beat them. Talksport is Gash Mokan. I totally agree with you, mate. All they're doing there is just reporting what's been reported by us and a bunch of other people about 3 hours late. So yeah, Talksport are pretty gash, aren't they? Okay, so right then, guys, thank you for you all for stopping in here. Sean B is one of them. He says, Pig, Ollie has reached his peak at United. He will forever be a legend as a player, but as a manager, he's out of his depth. It's time to go. Fair enough, Sean. I can respect that, man. I understand that, dude. I respect that, and I can't really disagree with you that he's not done a good enough job this season. I still wish he would turn it around, though. I still hope he gets the Spurs game, and I still hope he wins it and gets the City game and wins that and turns it around, and we can just forget about this blip. I still hope that happens. You know, you can call me deluded, you can call me wrong, you can call me just, you know, whatever you want to call me, but I honestly just still want Solskjaer to be manager and still fucking win and still be a success at United. I do still, you know, rightly or wrongly, I still want him to be the manager of Manchester United and get us to be successful. The problem is, he's a stubborn bastard. That's the problem. Just change it up. If he's going to have any hope of changing anything at this club, he's going to have to change it up against the Spurs, against the shithouse Spurs, if he's going to get any chance whatsoever after that. And that's if he's even still manager by then. But he can't come out. I tell you now, if Solskjaer comes out with a 4-2-3-1, with Fred and McTominay in the middle, and Maguire and Lindelof at the back, I'm fucking done. Almost before the game's even started, even if we go on and win the fucking game. Because I'm not having it. I'm not having it anymore. He has to change it. Man, it's wank. Berberini, what's going on, you Don? He says, don't spam, please. Yes, indeed. Please don't spam, lads and lasses. Please don't spam. Right, we've got a super chat here. Thank you very much. It is from Mr. Barnes with a $2.99 Aussie dollar super chat. Getting a lot of love from the Aussie legends, the Aussie legends out there. Aussie. Get in there. Thank you very much, Barnes. Yeah, Henry Hotspur lives in China, mate. He's in China. He's not doing the shows anymore. He's a melter. Sorry to disappoint you, Barnes. But that's the story. But yeah, I mean, it's a shame because there would have been a lot of good there's been a lot of good banter available over the time of Spurs being so shy over the last couple of years. Kingface says, what's your player rating? Says Kingface. Who cares? Inter United says, Ollie sacked himself, Pig, because playing every time McDead, End, Shickwire, Linderflop. No, I'm joking, Kingface. I think I did that the other day. I'm not giving you my player ratings. What, for the game yesterday? Are you mental? Anyway, they're all 1s or 2s or 3s, to be honest with you guys. They're all 1s or 2s or 3s. Ollie destroyed Van der Beek, Sancho and Ahmed next, says Amistan Sadiq. Look what Matt CFC6 on Twitter tagged you in it. It's about Sir Alex Ferguson and Matthew Flew. Okay, I'll have a check in a bit, my lad. I can't be looking... Anyway, right. I'm pretty much going to wrap this stream up here anyway, guys. It's been a pleasure hanging out with you legends. I might just stick around a few more minutes, actually, seeing as there's still some comments coming through. Pig, I don't see choices, to be honest. The alternatives all have negatives, bit bigger than those on the pitch. Without Fred and McTominay, Liverpool would have got 10 past us, in my opinion, to Sin Games. Oh, seriously, says it's very interesting. If Ollie is in charge for Spurs game, he can't surely pick that midfield again. Surely not, no. He'd be a madman to do it. 300 likes, guys. Get in there. We smashed 300 likes, guys. You guys are awesome. Jerome Gaming says, Winnie Cash says, Conte ideal. Centre forward is Cavani. It's Conte or Ollie. Zidane don't want it, and this board is incapable of getting a manager out of the club. I'm just going to end the poll here, guys. So as you can see, Zidane has got 45% of the poll. People want to see Zinedine Zidane join the club. Pig, put it one way. Conte is much better than Ollie. Ollie out. Conte is Premier League proven, says Abu Hassan. Can't argue with the CV, mate. He's won the Premier League, he's won the FA Cup, and he's won the Italian League there as well with Inter just now. Just literally this last season just gone. So I can't really deny what you said, Abu Hassan, mate. He's more proven. What's going on, Carlton Mujem? Hello there, Carlton. Thanks for watching and getting in the stream and commenting. Gucci Lover says, Ollie and the players are all cuckoo. Usher Masladov, hello. He says, Zidane's not good enough. Conte's the one. Maybe he's more proven going in and changing it around quickly in different scenarios. So that's a fair point. His adaptability of different footballing cultures may be better. Alex Walker, yesterday I felt sorry for Danny, the fans, and the announcer because he after announced all 5 of them stupid shitty goals. Yeah, I bet Vincent Bullock, man. Mikhail Kramer didn't vote. I would choose Blanc Pigo. Well, fair play to you, Mikhail Kramer, lad. Respect. Respectamundo, Laurent Blanc. What's he up to? What's he even up to now? Thank you for your reply, Big. Really appreciate it about line-up and information. Is he? Hang on. He's he still France manager? Is he, Laurent Blanc? I don't even know. What's he fucking up to? This guy. It's a good question. You see, he's not linked to Man United right now at all. You know, he's literally not linked to Man United at all. But he, you know, it's been a Al Rayyan. Who the fuck is that? Al Rayyan is a Qatari multi-sports parasite. Is he in France? I thought he might be managing in France still. You know, like still managing in France somewhere. But you know what? He's managing Al Rayyan Sports Club in Qatar. You fucking what, Laurent Blanc? Okay then. So he's gone for the money. Fair enough. He's gone for a massive payday. Okay then. I did not know that. They're an amateur football team. What? Hang on a second. I'm getting a little bit confused here. You're telling me Laurent Blanc's... is this right? I did not know that. It's a club in Qatar. Mate, what the fuck is he doing? I'm sorry to say, but yeah, okay, I'm sure the money's amazing. But what the fuck is he doing? He needs to come and manage Manchester United, doesn't he? You know what I'm saying? That's what he needs to fucking do. That's a good candidate for the job, in all honesty. Like, we're talking about people, talking about names and people with, you know, a link to the club as well. He played for the club for a season. You know, he's got a bit of a connection. He's obviously a good coach. He's a respectable character. You know, he's very respectful and very commanding of respect. You know, it's not a bad shout, mate. It's not a bad shout. But I find that unbelievable that he's in Qatar managing when he could be in Europe in a top league. Exactly. Blanc's after the money, says Rushmano. There you go. AR Dance has picked the important thing is that the international break fucked us again. Varane got injured and we collapsed. That's a fair point as well, AR Dan. We'd have been much better off with Varane in. Tristan says, what a coincidence. We got Varane in from Real Madrid, and then we got Ronaldo, who played with Varane, and if we get Zidane, he coached both of them, and they all were in from Real Madrid. Quite interesting that, yeah? That's very interesting. Bell says, amateur football team will swap them an amateur manager. Thank you for subscribing, Fern Corona. Crikey. Right, guys, I'm going to pretty much wrap this one up there then, but I really appreciate you all getting sacked. Sorry, not getting sacked. Alex Rose says, will only get sacked. I read the, I did that thing where you read the word and say it there. Sorry. I don't appreciate you all getting sacked. I appreciate you all watching the stream. Grail says sacked. I didn't mean sacked. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Yeah, you got sacked, Dabo. I'm sorry to hear that, pal. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Look, it doesn't end there. You can keep the debate going after this stream's finished. Come back after it's finished. Get your comments in, in the not live comments section. It's all up in the air and it's all shite right now, guys. We don't know what the fuck's going on. Tomorrow morning, there might be an announcement. We'll keep you posted on this channel, so make sure you keep a lookout. Solskjaer, as of now, is still the Manchester United manager. It could change pretty quickly. We understand that Conte's been contacted. Zidane's in the mix. And who knows what's going to happen with the appointment of the next manager. So we'll keep you posted what goes on this channel. Thank you, Gucci Lover. Thank you, Abu Hassan, Sin Games, Makeu, Eamon, Gucci Lover, Rush Mano, Sean B, Illy United, and every other one of you absolute legends that has tuned into this stream. Thank you so much for watching and being a part of this community. Because I don't know if you've realised, but it's not just a Man United news channel or a football channel. It is a community of legends here. So shout out, let's get those Bacon Brigade emojis in there and some love hearts to end on. And thank you very much for tuning in. And even if you are Ollie out, and even if Ollie does get sacked in the morning, let's put a bit of respect on him. He ain't the Ginger Goblin David Moyes here, He isn't the old Stroopwaffelluffer Louis van Gaal. He doesn't like his players to be horny. He's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and he deserves respect. So even if he is given the old golden handshake and he has to go and he's gone and he's sacked, let's be a little bit respectful, man. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's a legend. Good night, guys. Thanks for watching the stream. Steve Johnson, J Doe, Bernard, Zach, Megatron, Steve Johnson, Oliver Reynolds, Sean Farzad, Simon Cowie as well, you Don. Conte being contacted as just media talk pig. Could well be. A lot of speculation around in the media, isn't there, Simon, that's been happening, absolutely. Vincent Bullock, Mohammed Abdullahi, MUFC fan, Mikhail Kramer, Bell6091, Vincent Bullock, Oh Busy the Beast, Wormy Spoons, Illy United, Jado Abu Hassan, Oh Busy, who else? Mark Gillogly, Big God Bob, Tristan the Flame, Social 1999, Your Absolution, Batman Night Fan, Wills, Bernard Squad Battles, Abu Hassan, Flying Pig Fan, Zach again, and also Sir Paul Scholes. Thank you so much. Good night, everybody else. Have a great night. This is the Pig. I'll see you tomorrow with the latest news. If Solskjaer is still here in the morning, or if there's a statement from the club, or we have some real good information about his position at the club, whether he's staying or going, we will give it you on this channel. We will keep you posted. So keep a lookout, and we will also let you know and give you other content regarding who could be potentially coming in as and when it all happens. So keep your eyes peeled, guys. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, leave a subscribe, all that. Follow us up on social media at Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Flying Pig United. And a cheeky little super chat to end on here from the Cake Cadet. Thank you for the £2 super chat, you Don. He says, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is a club legend and my hero. Get in there, my son. Let's get a hashtag OGS Love Heart in there, regardless of whether he's done a shit job as a manager this season or not. Because he is a club legend, and he, you know what? On a human level, he just seems like a very nice person. And he's tried. He's tried his hardest to get this United side to perform. Maybe he's not the man to take us to that elite level. And up until now, he's bought us good players and made good signings and left us in a... If he does get sacked, he'll have left us in a good position. He'll have left us in a position where somebody could come in with a great squad and win things, in my opinion. Thank you, guys, for all the love for Ollie at the end there. And the website, unitedflyinghigh.com. Absolutely Griffo Chaz. Right, guys, that's the end of the stream. Thank you, Kieran, Callum, Mark, Bell, Griffo, Abu, Primot, Support Scholars, Vincent, and everybody else. Take it easy. Simon Cowie, this is the Pig. I'm out of here. Stay classy and fucking come on, United. Sort your fucking lives out now. Man, oh man, I don't know what's going to happen, but hang on to your seats next few days. We'll bring you all the latest as it happens. Have a good night. This is the Pig. I'm out of here.